We're here today in Alameda at the Fairlawn office, the Northern California Catalina dealer, and we're going to show you a 2018 Catalina 425. These boats are absolutely gorgeous, and if you're looking for a cruising boat to go around the world, you couldn't get a better boat than this Catalina 425. So follow me down the docks and we'll go ahead and get on the boat. Okay, first thing you note when you get on this boat is that you got a nice handhold right here at the entranceway, and it's sitting on top of a hard dodger. So we spec all our boats to have these hard dodgers. We think it's the best way to have a cruising boat. You've got these polycarbonate windows that are really clear. They'll stay that way for 10 years. They're just really, really nice. The hard dodger is really nice. You can put some solar panels on if you want. You can walk on it. There is a window in it so you can see your mainsail. And when you get inside, you'll see that there's plenty of height for standing in the companionway when you're out underway and you're doing watches. Up here at the pointy end of the boat, you'll see that you got a nice stainless steel double bow roller. You can attach your asymmetrical tack forward. That's what that's meant for. You've got a Furlex furling system, and this is a self-tacking jib that's on there now. So makes it for easy sailing, easy short-handed sailing, couple sailing. This jib makes it so when you tack, all you got to do is turn the wheel. You got nice sized cleats here, and under my feet is the anchor locker. We open the anchor locker, you'll see you've got a vertical windlass. You've got a split anchor locker, so you can keep two rods of chain and or rope rode separate and carry two anchors. Easy access. There's a really deep fall, so the chain doesn't pile up. You don't ever have to knock it down. It'll just tend itself. And you've got some cleats on the inside here as well, so you can tie off your anchors after you deploy them, or anchors. Another nice little feature that a lot of boats don't have, but Catalina has really thought about how you're going to use this boat as a cruising boat. There's a pad eye here, so you can tie off the bitter end of your anchor rope, which you can see they've done right here. So really nice little touch, nice thinking, thoughtful. Here we've got the remote for the windlass. Up and down remote. It's a quick windlass and quick remote, so you can stand here and you can walk forward and watch your anchor going up and down, control your anchor with this little remote. Notice on this Catalina 425, you've got molded in non-skid. It's a gray color, so it's easy on your eyes, and it's got really good grip. So you got nice non-skid, and then all the hatches on this boat are flush hatches. So when you're walking around, you don't have to worry about kicking the hatches and breaking your toe. They're set up so, of course, the water drains off and drains out. Really nice look as well as functionality. It's a good thing to have these nice flush hatches. Further, and these flush hatches open opposite of each other, so one opens forward, one opens aft. So if you've got wind at the anchorage, or when you're motoring, you can open one or the other to get good flow, or both, of course. This is a deck step mast, and Catalina has done something special with their deck step masts. Rather than having the plate on the top of the compression post on the inside of the boat, and then the mast on the top of the deck where you get deck compression, they have put the plate on the outside of the boat So when you put the mast on it, there's no deck in between, and then they bolt the mast to the plate. So you have no leakage because there's plenty of surface area to seal the plate, and you have effectively a keel step mast with a deck step mast. So quite ingenious, works great, and it eliminates leaks, and is actually just as strong as a keel step mast. If you look at the attachment for the boom vang, it's really hefty. It's probably, I don't know, probably an inch aluminum plate here, all anodized. All of your halyards and lines coming down are led aft. They use Garhauer blocks. And what Catalina has done throughout this boat is they've checked the engineering on the size of the equipment, including blocks and winches, and they've upgraded to the next size up than the one that's recommended. So you're actually getting oversized equipment on this boat, from the turning blocks to the winches to the shivs. Everything is oversized. Jerry Douglas at Catalina is the designer, and he's really thought through these boats and has put a lot of features into the boat that you probably don't notice just by walking around. But he's seen a lot of failures on all sorts of boats and has figured out how to eliminate a lot of those failures. One of the big failures you get is leakage, either at the chain plates or at the stanchion bases. And what we've done here at Catalina, or I should rephrase that, what Jerry has done and designed is any place that you have the chain plate or the stanchion base, they're raised up about an inch off of the deck. So water never sits here. They're also big flat plates, so you have a big surface area to seal. The other thing that Catalina does is they put in the backing plates inside the fiberglass. They actually bond it inside the fiberglass. And then they have a template that they use, and then they drill the holes for the fasteners, and they fasten them from up above. And they are glassed in so they can never leak. So now you have stanchions and stanchion bases that will never leak. Same thing goes for the chain plates, and these are really unique also. So these chain plates are a ball and socket system on the inside and a solid stainless steel plate on the outside. So this stainless steel plate gets attached to this little raised area, and on the inside is the ball and socket that attaches to the chain plate. The chain plate being with the ball and socket allows it to align perfectly, and you don't get any movement here, so you never get any leaks. The other thing that their design allows is, rather than putting the shrouds and the chain plate all the way outboard, they have them inboard. So now you have a nice clear deck to walk fore and aft, and you don't have to do acrobatics around the shrouds. Really nice feature, especially when you're offshore, especially at night. So you can just walk up and down the decks, and you don't have to worry about getting around the shrouds. There's handholds all the way along the cabin top, nice stainless steel handholds, and you can also see that there is no wood on the exterior of this boat except for the beautiful table, and we'll go show you that in a minute. But the maintenance on this boat is minimal. All you need to do is come hose it off and get a brush and with some soap and do a light brush on it and hose it down. You'll never have to do any varnish on the outside of the boat, except of course if you get the wood, the teak wood table. This boat, and most of the boats that we spec out, have this Schaefer in-boom furling system, we really like it. It makes it easy to raise and lower the main, and it allows for infinite reefing, no matter what sail position you're in. There's an electric cabin top winch to raise and lower the main, so it's pretty effortless, and these things work great. We've never had anybody have a problem. Notice as I step into the cockpit, there's a little cutout right here. That's naturally where you're going to put your foot, and the other foot goes inside at the same height. So it's a real easy transition to go from the deck to the cockpit. You get a great view forward. The carbon fiber wheels on this boat are a gray color. They're really pretty, really nice. There is a lock for the wheel, and there's a Edson steering pedestal that was designed specifically for these Catalinas. A nice seating area back here on either side, whether you're on one tack or the other. And then you've got the pulpit seats back here, and these are where most people end up sitting. Back here in the pulpit seat, you can see down the side of the deck and relax, and it's always a really nice perch for hanging out. This boat has a Bimini and a insert that connects the Bimini to the hard dodger, and you can leave that up when you're sailing. If you're in the tropics, it's nice to have the shade. And it's easy to use and leave up. You can put some solar panels on top of the Bimini if you want. It's got room for 2 big propane tanks. You'll notice that you have this nice stainless steel rail back here, and it actually goes all the way up to the gate. So when you're going in and out of the cockpit or anywhere back here, you have a solid stainless steel rail for safety. Nice thing to have when you're offshore. Over on this side, you've got storage. You can throw your dock lines in here or what have you. Nice easy storage access. It's also got the ELCI for the shore power coming in for protection. Whatever helm you're sitting at, you can just swivel it so you can see it. Below that is the engine gauges, and this is a Yanmar 75 horsepower. Is that right? 75 horse? I think it is. And a fuel gauge as well. And fold up. You can seat 4 people out here easily. You've got a cooler here, an ice cooler that you can keep your drinks in. You'll notice on Catalinas that there's not much wood. This is the only exception on the outside of the boat. It is an option. It really makes the boat stand out. It is just a beautiful piece of work. The workers down in Catalina spend hours and hours and hours just varnishing this. There's upwards of 20 coats of varnish on these nice high gloss varnish. So nice feature on these boats. You've got 2 winches. This winch on the starboard side is for raising and lowering your mainsail, and then there's a little snubber on this side. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. Can you see it, Kev? Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a little snubber on this side, so when you're raising the main, you've got the furling line around the snubber just putting a little tension on it, and vice versa. When you're lowering the main, you've got the furling line on the electric winch and the halyard on the snubber. Another feature that you've got that you can see here how clean the line storage is. You don't have lines hanging all over the place. If you just lift this up, there's all your line storage down there. So it's nice and easy. You just throw, when you're done, just throw all your lines down into the line storage. Put the cover back on. So let me show you the Companionway hatchboard system. This is really cool. To close it, you just grab a hold of this and you just pull it up until you get to that point. And then you slide the hatch back, and if I wasn't here, it would go all the way back, and then you just lift it up till it locks in. To open it up, you just grab the little loop, push it down, push it the rest of the way down, and then put the teak threshold over the top of it. So out of your way, no fuss, no muss. If you're under sail and it's really rough out and you're concerned about getting pooped and getting water in the cockpit, you just raise it halfway. And that'll protect you. It allows for ventilation inside as well. Really nice, nicely done. The window in the hardtop, so now we're inside. I can look up and see the sails here. I'm about 5'8", so there's probably about 5'10", 5'11" clearance here. We did a custom boat for a basketball player that was, I think, 6'10", and they raised this up high enough so he could stand under it. So if you're really tall, you want to do a little customization on the hardtop, we can. As I come down the steps, you can see there's lots of handholds. There's a handhold here. There's a nice big post here that you can hold on to. Anywhere you go, there's handholds in this boat. Jerry, again, thought about that when he was designing this boat. How's a sailor going to use it when they're underway? So the other thing that I want to talk about on this boat that is really spectacular is the fit and finish in the woodwork on this boat. This is not an IKEA boat. This isn't just some veneer slapped over some plywood. All of the edges that are high wear are solid teak. So you see this edge here, this is all solid teak. This corner here is solid teak. The steps are all solid teak. And everything is satin varnish. So if you bang this up, which you will at some point, you can sand it out and refinish it with satin varnish, and you won't even notice any damage. Unlike some of the other boats that have veneer and tape they're using for the edges that don't hold up, this boat in 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, it'll look beautiful. That you have a flat spot to step on the way down. Galley is right at the base of the steps, so you can be cooking down here in the galley and handing food up to the cockpit, and you get really good ventilation here. Corian countertops. There's a little splash guard, and you got a nice deep stainless steel double sink. So you got plenty of depth. You can get big pots and pans in here. Unlike most boats that have these small, tiny little sinks, this is a very adequate sink, of course, with the faucet that comes out. In this back corner, there's a freezer, and it locks up real easily and then drops down. Storage behind the cabinets here. Plenty of storage for silverware and dishes and cups and things like that. And we've got an espresso maker in this boat. Microwave with more storage. And then we've got a cutting board here that slides away for the stove, and you got a nice 3-burner stove with an oven. Nice Force 10 stainless steel gimbal stove. Back here is just some dry storage, pretty easy access. Hanging out on this Catalina 425 is really comfortable down below. There's a C-shaped settee over here and a straight settee on the starboard side. Over here we got this little square table. Again, highly varnished, really beautiful finish. And it folds out to a full-size table. It swivels, and now you can see 4 people around here easily. You'll notice on all the woodwork in this boat that all the grains match, and the woodwork is just like high quality furniture. Even when we put the leaves back. You'll see that all the grain matches. So throughout the boat. What Catalina has done to really make this boat feel like it's a lot of open area is that they haven't built any cabinets up high. So that where the windows are and the maple walling, it's all the way out to the edge of the hull. So we get a feel of a really wide boat here. It's really important to get that feel. You don't feel enclosed, and they use the maple as a contrast to really lighten it up and make you feel really comfortable here in the salon. On the starboard side, and it makes a second table where you can have 2 more people sitting here for dinner, or you can just use it as a desk. So really nice feature. Or you can just leave it as a settee, a single settee. These berths are a little over 6 feet long, so you can sleep here at night. If you're underway and you're on a port tack, you can sleep on this side. Same thing on starboard tack on that side. Behind the settee is some electrical items on this side. Starting at the front, we have our Fusion stereo with a dock for your iPhone. We've got your generator panel, start panel here, and electric plug, and the generator switch, shore power generator switch. We have a battery monitor here, air conditioning switches here, although this boat does not have air conditioning, I don't think. Yeah, sorry. Air conditioning switches here. This boat does have air conditioning. It's got 2 air conditioners, fully cool this boat down. A couple other circuit breakers, one for the engine ECU, one for the Lumar winch, and then your battery switches. All easily accessed. Another thing Catalina was thinking about was how do we access things, or how do you access things when you're actually out working on the boat, cruising the boat. These little lights, these reading lights are nice. They you just touch the end to turn them on. Outboard, you'll notice that you have a vent here. This is your air conditioning vent. So Catalina thought about where do you put the cold air out. It should be up high. Heat sink or heat rises, cold sinks. So you put your cold air up high. And then behind here is wiring and conduit. So Catalina has thought about what the buyer will do years down the road with electrical, where they may have to run more wiring, they may need to replace a wire, so they've made it really easy to do that. Sit here. So back here you have your VHF and your propane controller, and here's all your circuit breakers. And Catalina thought through how you use your circuit panel. So when you come on the boat or you leave the boat and you want to turn off or on all the lights, it's the top 3. They kind of group everything. So the next set is for your steaming lights and navigation lights, anchor lights, And then down here is all your navigation gear. So they separate the switches, so it's really easy to open this up and figure out which ones to turn on and off. You've got your gauges, 12.7 volts and 8 amps. We got a lot of lights and things on right now. And your bilge pump controls here. Above us are the hatches. We mentioned there's 2 of them. They open either forward or aft. There's screens, ocean air, and shades. So really nice system. All of the LED, all of the lights are LED, so it's really low electrical usage on the boat. So here we are in the owner's cabin. You got a queen size bed up here. Really spacious owner's cabin, and you got a really cool feature here. So press this button and the back of the bed goes up. So if you want to get away from the kids or whatever, your guests, or just sit back here and read a book, the bed comes up and allows you to sit there and read a book. That they have the light maple wood on the hull sides, again to give you a feel of more openness, and also by doing it on the hull sides, it gives you that bigger space here. There's air conditioning up here. There's a overhead hatch, again with the ocean air shades and screens. Stand-up shower with a door. So, lots of room in here. And you keep the bathroom nice and dry. It's not fully enclosed, so you get good ventilation. There is a port light in here, and then outboard of the toilet is your holding tank, gravity fed holding tank, which is a big advantage. The door is made of starboard. Here, decent head height. There is a port light up above. You got this nice big window here to bring light in. You got good storage here. It's shelves in a cedar lined closet here, and you've got hanging locker here. Again, cedar lined. Is what they call their filter locker. This is where you can get at your engine fuel filter, your generator fuel filter, your strainer, your overflow for your engine, and also your strainer for your generator. So rather than having to pull engine covers apart or standing on your head, this allows you to do all your work on your main maintenance items right here, really easy. You don't have to pull apart your engine covering to get to it. All you need to do is open a little door, reach in there, grab your dipstick, and it's going to make it easier for you to check your oil. So you will be checking your oil more often, which is a good thing. The port guest stateroom, and again, this is a double, decent sized double. The outboard side with the maple walling is really light and airy, and you also have a window. You have a port light here, and it's got the same storage area as the other side. It's got shelves here and forward. It's got a hanging locker, and they're cedar lined. And then what Catalina has done was thought about how you're going to access all your mechanical items. So all we do is we move the cushion back, we raise the bottom of the bed, and then on this side we open up access. Most of the through hulls on this boat are Marilon. A few of them are bronze, but most of them are Marilon. As we go back further, continue to open doors, we have access, easy access to the generator. This is a Fisher Panda generator. And then all the way back, the last door gives us access to the hot water heater, the battery charger, and the steering gear. So again, Catalina thought through how you're going to use the boat, and they've given you easy access to all the mechanical equipment on the boat. Really nice. Would look really pretty. So they went through all their teak stock. They put together a wood teak and holly cabin sole, and then they took high quality photos of it, and they had this teak and holly vinyl floor covering made specifically for Catalina. So underneath the floorboards, you have access to the bilges, and it gives you complete access to everything that you need to get to. It's got a high water alarm, bilge pump, your water system, fresh water system pump is down here, as well as the manifold. Your air conditioning pump is down here. So nice easy access. Your start battery, as well as the house bank, which is back here that I will show you. You'll notice that these are in their own boxes. They are AGMs, and they are made for easy access, and they're separate from the bilge, so you don't have to worry about getting bilge water into your batteries. The board is your house bank, again Lifeline AGMs, and you'll notice that the cables run through a channel underneath the floor. If you ever need to add more cable or change cable, all these floors do come up. So they leave a trough in the floor, so you can just run more cable through it. Access to the engine is really simple. There's two latches, one on either side of the steps here, and then the steps just lean forward, and you get full access to the front of the engine. You can take the steps off if you need more access, but nice easy access to the alternator and the belts and anything else you need on the front end of the engine. And as we saw before, you have full access. Thanks for joining us today on the tour of the Catalina 425 2012 here at our docks in Alameda. You should come by, take a look. If you're thinking about a used boat, this is barely used, or a new boat, we can get you one of those as well. But come on down, take a look. It's a great boat. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Hey everybody. Hope you enjoyed that video on the 425. That is one of my favorite boats. In that particular boat, they're asking, I think they're asking $410 on the boat now. Boat show specials $399. Even more important though is that boat is in an LLC. So in California, if you can find a boat that's in an LLC, you buy the LLC and you don't end up paying sales or use tax. So you'll save yourself $40,000, close to $40,000 on buying a boat in an LLC. And this boat is in an LLC. So if you have any interest in these 425s, this boat is like brand new. They sailed it down to Oxnard and back, and that's about all they use the boat. They just had other things going on in their lives, and now it's time to sell the boat. But the 425 is just a great boat. You saw me go through the entire boat, and you may have some questions. So does anybody have any questions? Wait a couple seconds, and while we're asking that, let's give away another prize. So let's give it to Don Mooney. And Don, you are going to get a free rig evaluation from Panda Rigging. One of my favorite riggers around here. Panda's been around for quite a while, and he's a great rigger. He's usually pretty busy with the race boats, rigging on the race boats, but yeah, he's a great guy, great rigger, and you just won yourself a free rig evaluation. So thanks, Don. Really appreciate you tuning in. How about another one? How about another subscription to Yachts and Yachts? And who do we got? Who's the next winner? First person that that sends me something on the chat will win. Or how about Clay Duke? Hey Clay, how you doing out there? You just won a free 1-year subscription to Latitudes and Attitudes magazine. So we'll get that out to you by email. Clay Duke. All right, thanks for joining. Yeah, if you guys hang out longer, we're going to try to give away a lot of prizes. We got a whole bunch of them here. So they're listed on the website. Svensson's Bay Marine, 50% discount on bottom jobs. Mount Beautiful Winery, we're going to give away another set of red and white wine. Twin Rivers Marine, they really stepped up to the plate, and Gary Clausen's going to be here later. He's giving away $100 gift certificates to KKMI, and there's 5 of them over the next 3 days. More Lats and Hats, more Atomic Tuna hats. Raise your hand if you want an Atomic Tuna hat. Well, anybody that's on that wants an Atomic Tuna hat, if you let us know, you'll get one. West Coast Canvas up in Stockton, they're giving away a set of 4 custom fenders. Hey Schubert, yeah, you'll get a hat. Francois Ramsey, one of our surveyors, she's giving 10% off a survey or $100 on a free inspection. So that's a great little prize. Emery Cove Marina is giving 2 free nights at Emery Cove, so nice place to go, hang out. I actually live there, so I don't need a free night, but I pay every night. Twin Rivers giving away another KKMI $100 gift certificate. Mount Beautiful, another set of sets of wine, red and white. AAA Hull Diving. AAA Hull Diving, we're going to have a 25% discount on the bottom clean. Marina Village is giving away 2 more free nights at Marina Village. Oakland Yacht Club, free initiation and dinner for 2. So go over there, have a nice dinner. They've got a great chef over there. Although I'm not sure if they're serving now. I don't think they are, but after the stay at home is lifted, you can do that. Got a couple more Atomic Tuna hats. Mobile Tech Marine, he's going to be talking to us here in a little bit, and he's a free hour of his labor, which is great. He's a great guy. West Marine, 2 porta seats. So those are really comfortable. In Svensson's Bay Marine, 50% on a bottom job, 50% off on a bottom job. So lots of good prizes. We're going to try to get most of these out today, and we got the same number for each of the next few days. So let your friends know, get them online, and we'll give out these prizes over the next 3 days. Does anybody have any questions? Watching from Mexico. Hey, Jessica. Yeah, Jessica bought a boat from me maybe 6 months ago. So I hope you're on that boat. She bought I think it was a Beneteau 43, sweet little boat down in Oxnard. So yeah, glad to hear from you, Jessica. Who else we got? Chuck, great job. Thanks, Chuck. All right. Um, back to the 425. I got about 5 more minutes to talk about the 425. We are going to be giving away a free ride on the 425. So if you're interested, we need to know that. We don't want to give that away to somebody that may not be interested in going out for a sailboat ride on a great boat. Linda and Mike are the owners of that boat, and they bought the boat I think about a year ago. They cruised for many years on an island packet, and they are now on the 425, and you're going to hear from them. We're going to interview them on Saturday or Sunday, but you'll hear from those guys and how much they love the boat. And we have another 425 owner here in the harbor that were not boat owners before, and that was their first boat. But yeah, these 425s are just really sweet boats. They're great sailing boats. The layout's great. The construction is great. The thoughtfulness is great. They're really super boats. If you need more information, you can contact us. If you want to come down and see that boat with the social distancing in place, we will get you on the boat. But look through the videos that we showed you and get excited about it, because they're great boats. I look forward to selling more of those boats to you guys and you guys going out and cruising on those boats. So let's see what else we got. Any other chats or questions? Okay, let's give away one more gift. How about let's do $100 gift certificate to KKMI. Yeah, this is a good one. Who is local? Russell, are you local? If you are, you just won a $100 gift certificate to KKMI. So we're gonna mark this one for Russell. If he's not local, we'll find something else for him and give this to somebody else. But $100 gift certificate from Twin Rivers Marine Insurance. Those guys are great. Gary's going to be joining us this afternoon for a talk. Gary Clausen, he owns Twin Rivers. He's been in the boating business for 40 years. And you'll get a lot of information from him. So yeah, Russell, give us a shout, text us or email us, and we'll try to get you this $100 gift certificate at KKMI. And we do a lot of work at KKMI. All the yards in the Bay Area that are left are great yards. So Bay Marine, Svenson's Bay Marine, the yard at Grand Marina is great. But if you guys have questions on yards or service people, give us a call. We can help out with that. We kind of know the industry around here, the good ones and the bad ones, and I can't say enough good things about all the yards. We're down to a few yards now, 2 KKMI yards, one in Richmond, one in Sausalito. The Svenson's Bay Marine Yard over in Richmond, San Francisco Boat Works in San Francisco, the boat yard at Grand Marina, and in the Central Bay, I think that's about it. So we're kind of limited, but we're lucky. They're all good yards, and they're good to work with. All of them have given us prizes. So over the next 3 days, we'll give you guys prizes from each one of those